If you're preparing for the knowledge of the relationship between a culture's beliefs and values and their expression in the humanities competency on the FTCE Humanities K-12 exam, code 022, then you've found a great resource here. Hi, I'm Dani, a certified teacher and test prep expert with Study.com. This competency on the FTCE Humanities K-12 exam covers many different areas. You'll need to be able to identify major works of art that influence a culture. So are you ready to get started? Let's get it. Which of the following novels is considered a seminal work that examines the complexities of race relations and the quest for identity within African American culture? A. The Great Gatsby by S. Scott Fitzgerald. B. Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. C. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Or D. The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway. So we're looking at these novels and choosing which one is a seminal work examining complexities of race relations and quest for identity within African American culture. A. The Great Gatsby examines the disillusionment of achieving the American dream and wealth. Let's skip to C. The message of Pride and Prejudice focuses on societal issues around class and gender roles. D. The Old Man and the Sea narrates resilience and persevering through struggles, specifically man versus nature. The correct answer is B. Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. Published in 1952, Invisible Man is a profound literary work that delves into the social and intellectual issues facing African Americans in the early 20th century, including the struggle for identity and the impacts of racism. Ellison's novel is renowned for its exploration of these themes and is considered a pivotal work that has influenced cultural discussions about race and identity in America. The motif of the hero's journey, featuring a protagonist who embarks on an adventure, faces trials, and returns changed, is a theme that appears in literature across different cultures. Which of the following works is an example of this universal motif? A. The Republic by Plato. B. The Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer. C. The Epic of Gilgamesh. Or D. The Wealth of Nations by Adam Smith. So in this question, we're choosing the work that shows an example of the motif of the hero's journey. A. The theme of the Republic is justice. B. There are several motifs in the Canterbury Tales, including romance, fabliaux, or obscene humor, and the variety of women's viewpoints in medieval society. No hero's journey here. Let's jump to D. The Wealth of Nations is a non-fiction text pertaining to ideas regarding economics. The correct answer is C. The Epic of Gilgamesh. This ancient Mesopotamian poem is one of the earliest known literary works and follows the journey of Gilgamesh, a king who encounters various challenges and undergoes a transformation as he searches for the secret of eternal life. The epic encapsulates the hero's journey motif as Gilgamesh leaves his home, confronts formidable obstacles, gains wisdom, and ultimately returns with a new understanding of life's purpose, symbolizing the universal experience of growth and self-discovery. How do the traditional Japanese no plays differ in their portrayal of historical and religious events compared to Greek tragedies? A. No plays focus on slapstick comedy and light-hearted interpretations of events. B. No plays utilize masks and a minimalist stage to convey a sense of otherworldly presence and spirituality. C. Greek tragedies heavily incorporate elaborate song and dance routines to narrate stories. Or D. Greek tragedies use modern settings and contemporary dialogues to appeal to current audiences. So we're looking for the major difference between how Japanese no plays and Greek tragedies portray historical and religious events. A. Instead of focusing on slapstick comedy and light-hearted interpretations of events, no plays focus more on the supernatural and traditional Japanese literature. Let's look at C. Both no plays and Greek tragedies incorporate song and dance to narrate stories. D. Greek tragedies, as well as no, mostly drew from legends, myths, and traditional stories for settings and dialogue, instead of using modern and contemporary. The correct answer is B. No plays utilize masks and a minimalist stage to convey a sense of otherworldly presence and spirituality. Traditional Japanese no theater is a highly stylized form of drama that combines elements of dance, music, and poetry to present historical and religious stories. No plays use masks to represent characters such as ghosts, women, deities, and demons, emphasizing a connection to the spiritual and the supernatural. The minimalist staging in no theater serves to focus the audience's attention on the subtle gestures and movements of the actors, creating a meditative and introspective experience. Which of the following architectural styles was significantly influenced by the Catholic Church's desire to convey its power and glory during the Counter-Reformation? A. Gothic architecture, B. Neoclassical architecture, C. Baroque architecture, or D. Art Deco architecture. So this question wants us to identify the architectural style influenced by the Catholic Church's desire to convey power and glory, and this would occur during the Counter-Reformation. A. Gothic architecture was also used by the Catholic Church. The height and light was meant to convey a heavenly setting on earth. However, it was featured by the Church before the Counter-Reformation in 1545. However, Gothic architecture was featured by the Church from the 12th to 16th century before the Counter-Reformation began in 1545. B. Neoclassical or classical revival architecture began in the 18th century and is not a style associated with the Church, but instead with governments and institutions. Let's look at D next. Art Deco began being employed in the 20th century by governments, businesses, and individuals. It was developed much later than the Counter-Reformation, and again is not associated with the Church. The correct answer is C. Baroque architecture. Baroque architecture, characterized by its grandeur, use of dramatic light, and ornate details, was heavily influenced by the Catholic Church during the Counter-Reformation. The Church commissioned Baroque buildings to inspire awe and convey its authority and divine power in response to the Protestant Reformation. Gothic architecture, while also associated with the Church, predates the Counter-Reformation, and neoclassical and Art Deco styles emerged in different historical contexts, driven by different influences. The correct answer is C. Those are a few examples of the types of humanities questions you'll see. I hope you're feeling stronger. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more on this topic. For more practice, check out our FTCE Humanities K-12-022 playlist. And for even more detailed practice, strategies, and customizable study materials, head over to study.com and check out our FTCE Humanities K-12 test prep course. Those who use study.com boast a 92% pass rate. Our courses include full-length exams, hundreds of authentic practice questions, and short targeted video lessons specifically developed based on the latest test updates. With our resources, you'll know exactly what to expect on test day. Like this video and subscribe to this channel to get all the latest FTCE test updates. And please leave your questions and success stories in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Happy studying.